Folks, happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, and you know what that means. This is not the show where you wrestle with your budget, nor is it the show where you wrestle with your conscience. This is wrestling with emotion, and I am joined by the maniac himself and our head of the table, Michael J. Partham. It's been a minute since we got the panel together. Last week, we were joined by Ryan Hasenauer against ahead of War Games from Batavia Downs, the region's premier gaming destination, gaming, hotel, and racetrack. Lots going on there where you can win more, lots more all winter and all season, every season long. Gentlemen, how we doing? Obviously coming off a big War Games weekend and Monday Night Raw to follow it up.
Yeah, doing well. Real quick, just to chime in, I think both orgs are picking up momentum off their recent shows and looking forward to seeing how they finish the year
here. Since we didn't get a chance to do this on any sort of a preview show, I got to take the opportunity to do this because we only get to do it once a year.
War Games! There you go.
You know what?
For sure. That will.
It obviously wasn't the bloodbath that AEW was, but I think the men's War Games did its job. The women's War Games was a little more convoluted. I think there could have been a case to make for the Judgment Days ladies or Bailey and Lyra getting involved here rather than, say, Nia Jackson, Lash Legend, who acquitted herself well enough for a first-time run-through. But all in all, there were a couple of things to come out of War Games. The most prominent being the end of the men's War Games match where Braun Breaker, of all people, pins the World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk. Not, of course, under the cleanest of circumstances, because as you do in wrestling, there's a masked man coming out of nowhere and creating chaos and trying to imitate Seth Rollins as it is. But we know it's not Seth Rollins this time. At least I'm fairly sure it isn't. Wade Barrett's acknowledging as much. He just had shoulder surgery. And even in Tony Khan's convoluted world, they couldn't try to make sense of, well, he got speared by his own guys.
One thing at a time. One
thing at a time. Oh my
God. Tony Khan's
nervous tick. Partham had a nervous tick. He had to trash Tony Khan real quick.
Trying to recap the whole match for the audience.
Yeah, straight bullets to Tony Khan. I know. Shut up. All right, so there's no way that Seth Rollins would have just voluntarily forfeited his World Heavyweight Championship just to screw over CM Punk.
I guess since you're just jumping right into it, no, it's obviously not Seth Rollins under the mask himself. So go ahead, Zach.
I think I agree with Partham that I think there's a 0% chance that this will be revealed as Seth Rollins. It would be very silly if it was revealed as Seth Rollins. To be honest, though, the only thing that kind of goes against it is it makes about as much sense as faking an injury to delay your money in the bank cash in. Like, it's just like a ridiculous maneuver. So
I will say, though, they did go out of their way or Adam Pearce did at least go out of his way to acknowledge that on Monday, saying it would be crazy if Seth is out there on whatever the injury is, a pulled hammy, I think he said, baby. But it was equally as crazy to be going around on crutches when he wasn't even injured earlier. He did say that. So nice little acknowledgement.
Yeah. But at least this time we know he went through with surgery instead of just saying, well, we got to put it off for another week or two because we got to get more scans, et cetera, et cetera.
I will go to Maniac first, though, because I want to hear Partham's answer second. Actually, no, I'll go first. I much more enjoyed the women's War Games match. I feel like not even just because of the masked man. I feel like it was very undersold in the men's. And once you got to the actual match, there wasn't much left to be done. They kind of got everything out of the way. And then it just felt minimal to me and maybe not as well prepared as the women's. Maniac, I don't know how you felt.
Yeah, I think they were equal. I did not like the masked man finish, and maybe that history might future might change my feeling on that, but we'll see. But yeah, I like the women's for a number of reasons. That you saw everyone stand out. You saw Rhea and her mask. There were a variety of storylines working. There was in the men's, but it was just kind of here's Brock and Roman, it was cool that they kind of fought around the ring, so they delayed that a little bit just because they clearly didn't have enough space for all 5-on-5 of it. But yeah, I'll take the women's match over it. Lash Legend, kind of cool to see Lash Legend moving around in the ring because she looked a little stiff. She looked a little raw compared with the other ladies. And that's what you should expect, right? She's kind of making her debut at the main roster, but still held her own. So I thought it was a great women's match. Again, they were both solid matches. It was a solid card overall, no doubt about it.
I will say Brock waiting like outside the cage for Roman while he made the walk was fucking awesome.
Pretty funny.
Partham, what do you think?
It was a nice use of a loophole where they established that leaving the cage after War Games officially begins with the ringing of the bell and all the competitors inside the cage. Well, Brock leaves the cage before the last guy can come in, and they can do a little fun stuff on the outside before everybody has to go in the cage and stay there. But I thought the men's match was a little bit better, if nothing else, because of all the interconnections within it, because Punk's been feuding with the Vision, and Drew McIntyre has it out for everybody on the other team, whether it's Cody, whether it's Punk, whether it's the remnants of the bloodline. And of course, we got some questions coming out of it, and we got the acknowledgement that, okay, Braun Breaker pinned CM Punk. Now he's got a championship match coming, which we'll get to in a second. And, the Masked Man is a little bit convoluted, especially to have it not revealed. But I think we're going to get it revealed down the line, and that's going to be interconnected with what I just mentioned. The women's match, the only thing coming out of that is another tap out of Becky Lynch by AJ Lee, which, of course, Becky's doing her little Trump, Twitter rants on, saying, I never tapped out, it's all conspiracy, et cetera, et cetera. But it was a fun women's War Games match. I just don't know that there was much leading into it. And coming out of it, I guess all the former allies are now turning against each other because everybody's teaming up and wanting to get a shot at those women's tag team titles, which I will say they're doing a lot better job of this day in that division, even if it's mostly just singles competitors being paired together, best friends here and there. There's at least 4 or 5 good teams and good candidates to be women's tag team champions.
It is interesting, right? Because I feel like both of these War Games matches, they had to scramble around the roster a little bit, probably from what they were previously planning quite a bit. And you bring up a good point as well, Partham. I think that kind of ties into Monday Night Raw this past Monday. The women going right back into the chaos for that. Like you said, the return of this Monday Night Raw felt like the Liv Morgan Monday Night Raw. I think someone put a tweet together where it's 4 different photos. She was in 4 different segments throughout this show, only one being backstage. She's out at the ring 2 to 3 times, a couple times involved during matches. So really interesting women's title picture as well as tag title picture, as you pointed out, coming out of that match. But also something coming out of War Games happening on Monday Night Raw, which Partham alluded to. Braun Breaker cuts his own version of a pipe bomb. I don't really want to say that because it was definitely his best promo today. I think we can all agree on that.
Well, I mean, can you call it a pipe bomb? Because it's not like Breaker's been ever since he's been to the main roster, he's not been, minimized and, given the runaround. He's been given the rocket ship. Everybody's calling him the future WrestleMania main eventer. So it was definitely a passionate promo saying, my time is now. Look out. Yeah,
I just think it's going to take a lot more than what all he had to say when you're going toe to toe with the guy who did drop a pipe bomb on a mic so many years ago. Maniac, did you see the promo? And if so, what did you think?
I saw a clip highlight of it. Yeah, I mean, I thought first off, I think it was a great mic work by Braun Breaker for what I saw. Again, I did not see the full segment. Looked like a stronger promo as far as he's concerned. If the time is now, it's very interesting. World Heavyweight Championship. I feel like Punk doesn't want to get rid of the title that quick. A lot of people seem to think this could be happening at this January Raw, especially because it got moved around. A lot of people are conspiracy theorying because of that, Austin theorying because of that. But yeah, I think I'm ready for this matchup. Obviously, I'm very interested. Isn't Breaker still is Breaker in ring quality safe? You think you think Punk's ecstatic about this matchup? I'm just being honest. Based on past
I don't think there's anything to worry about Breaker. The one thing in the War Games match was I think he overcorrected a little bit, falling backwards on the Doomsday device and almost, snapped his neck in half. But of course, he's a genetic freak, so he can take that.
Real talk, he did. We were talking about that live.
Crazy.
We were he probably just all the years of wrestling experience and the contact to the neck and shoulder areas probably saved him there. A normal human lands like that, they're out for 6 months.
I don't think either the Maniac's point is a matter of whether Braun Breaker's a safe wrestler. I just think like Fragile Phil isn't too happy about having to take one of those spears from the
Not
other side of the
Fragile
ring.
Phil.
Come on.
Just
You're talking
saying,
about Fragile
dude.
Phil.
I
Who's the
mean,
one on the
this-
shelf and who's the one with the belt?
I'm just saying. Oh, come on! This is the guy that like went for a buckshot lariat and somehow tore his tricep. But I
He didn't
digress.
tear his tricep on the buckshot lariat, but whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, coming out of the War
Digress,
Games
digress.
finish, there were rumors that, okay, this is going to show the path going forward to WrestleMania. And depending on who you might believe and who you think is credible, the word going around is that the WrestleMania main events were going to be Punk versus Braun and Cody versus Roman 3. Now, doing Punk versus Braun on the January 5th anniversary of Raw on Netflix is kind of pushing that to the side because I don't think they're going to run that match back for WrestleMania, especially if they're putting this match out like a few weeks in advance. They're not doing it next week's Raw or the next week after Raw. Obviously, if there's the holidays, they're not going to do it around that time. But giving this
Remember
match
how
so
Ernie
much room
Green
to
used
breathe.
say it doesn't make any sense, so the WWE's probably going to do it? Like, I hate to say this to what you just said, but this is just what I'm thinking.
You mean like how they did Gunther
just
versus
saying-
Jay on Saturday Night's main event last year, and then he won the Rumble?
It just seems that this ownership group and this managing group between Triple H and the TKO of it all, they have no issue doing rematches like 3 times over a span of 6 months, especially if it's in a big picture. So, I mean, I just wouldn't be surprised by it. I hope it's not, because I want to see like something more dynamic, and I want to see multiple matches between a Royal Rumble, between a Year Open and a WrestleMania. But we'll see. We'll see.
Well, one of two things is going to happen. Either Punk's going to lose the title and he's going to win not the Royal Rumble, but the Elimination Chamber and challenge Braun Breaker again. And Braun's going to defend his title successfully, which I don't think is the most exciting factor. Or
that's the worst timeline. Can I just tell you that though, real quick? Because that's literally, think about it. They just recycled last year's storyline.
Yeah.
Guy loses the world heavyweight. He goes to win the Royal Rumble, and then he wins it. Like, they literally would have recycled that.
Well, Jay didn't lose it. Jay just lost the match. He didn't win the title.
Yes,
or they have Breaker not win for reasons, and then he wins the Rumble and gets to challenge Punk again at WrestleMania, and they just run it back, and he wins in a WrestleMania main event, which ideally would be the best case scenario. But maybe they want to belt Braun as soon as they can, and they didn't want to do it in a Braun versus Jay match for a vacant heavyweight title. They wanted to have someone with Punk's credibility put him over, and they'd rather not wait until WrestleMania to do it. And of course, we mentioned the Masked Man, and he's not being revealed yet. That's the X factor in this, and that's why I think Braun's going to be going over Punk on January 5th.
I'm leaning towards that way as well. I think you even said it yourself, Parthy, that they've just had a rocket ship on Braun as long as he's been around. And I wasn't totally alluding to that he hadn't. I just think that was like his first time to really shine on a microphone that they gave to him. But yeah, if they're going to keep this rocket ship up, that belt's coming with it. It's just like, the fact that they are putting this match on a Monday Night Raw is very interesting to me, and maybe it's for good reason. We'll see how that goes. I'm not sure.
What do you mean? One Bill Phil is going to basically turn Netflix on its head.
Yeah, this is where the bills come in, right? If those Netflix ratings.
So what do you guys think about the idea of running back Cody and Roman in the main event, another main event of WrestleMania for the 3rd time?
Yeah, might as well touch on that. I kind of just think it's right.
I hate to say it, I fuck with it.
Yeah.
Just because the thing is, when you're gonna look back at all 3 of them, they're gonna end up being so different, dynamic stories based on how you had the Bloodline and like the Avengers for part 2. You just had Cody versus the original like Roman, original Tribal Chief 1. Now I think there's so much room. There's so much that could happen with Cody. He's kind of been teasing the Code Lander, or am I right? Parthy?
Feels that way.
He's always teasing the Code Lander.
But no, that's what I'm saying though. Like, I think
he's been teasing Code Lander since AEW.
All I'm saying on that point is that by the time that we get to WrestleMania, I think that this has the ability to be like the most dynamic matchup between the two that we've seen out of the 3 so far. But when it comes to just a head-to-head basis, the final boss kind of took the shine at 40. We got to be honest, and that was much needed shine. But this is kind of like their final act 3, and I hate to say it, I think that Cody's gonna go over.
I mean, if Roman's
Oh
gonna,
man!
unless Roman wants to wrestle more than 6 times a year.
That is so far away. I don't even think we should speculate.
There's
still
for
there
exactly
is
the
still
reasons that Carthy said, and for it all.
there is still PLEs to be had. There's still Royal
Well-
Rumbles to be won. There's still titles to be defended. We will get there when we see. I think it is pretty consensus that we're going to get 3, and that is going to be courtesy of a Roman Rumble victory.
Speaking of
But
the
we'll
Rumble,
talk about that down the line.
Speaking of the Rumble, that's where I prefer this match would take place, because after 39 and not one but 2 main events in 40 involving Cody and Roman, I think you're just threatening to have the WrestleMania crowd burnt out on it. I mean, it is an intriguing third matchup. It's a rubber matchup. It's a different dynamic than the last 2 times, but I just prefer to not waste a WrestleMania main event on these guys again. We've already gotten Infinity War and Endgame. Don't try to top Endgame.
Don't try to top
put it in the Rumble. Put it in the Elimination Chamber.
The sentiments that's what part of the you beat me there. I'm pissed at you. That's why you're the head of table. I'll give you credit there. That's where they have to do it, because this is like, remember those couple of years where like everyone wanted Daniel Bryan in the WrestleMania main event, so they would like put him in the main event at Fastlane against like someone, and if he got in, like he could be like the champion. Like they're gonna find a way, Cody and Roman, where they're gonna say like, one more time, like it ends at Elimination Chamber or something, like, and that'll be their big sell, is that like either Roman or, so who wins the Rumble then, I guess, in that case. But yeah, I could totally see them doing either Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber as a way to get 3 out of the way before taking up a Mania main event. With that said, does Roman's ego like allow him to do part 3 and not have it be at a Mania? Like, I don't think so.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. And Roman's not a huge ego guy. I'm just saying, when you've done the Mania main event of it all, it's tough to be like, Toronto, Ontario for Elimination Chamber.
Well, I think you can have all 4 of these guys we mentioned still involved in WrestleMania main events. Just switch dance partners. I think Punk versus Cody and Braun versus Roman are much more intriguing.
Maybe they will be. Maybe they won't. A lot of time to be.
I actually want the opposite. I hate to say, I want Roman, Punk, Braun, Cody.
Braun Cody would slap.
Braun Cody's awesome, and I think that Roman could give CM Punk brace yourselves, a 6-star WWE PLE main event. That's all I'm saying.
You're gonna pick the guy with like 5 moves to give Phil
I hate to say it, dude, but why they can is because Phil can fill in the blanks of like Roman's like nonsense, and then you have Roman's trash talk. It
might be the perfect yin yang. It might be the perfect.
That's what I'm saying, is that they fill in each other's blanks perfectly.
Yeah, you might be right. Shit, and it pains me.
Punk Roman. I listen. I've spoke ill of Phil on this show before. I would sign up for Roman Punk main event.
Like that way too, Partham. You're not taking a main event away from anyone, let alone a night. Those are 2.
You finally get your boy finally gets a one-on-one Mania main event.
Those are 2 night 2 main events to me. You could put either one night 1.
Agreed. That's the ultimate win-win, right?
Exactly. Yes, I think. Wow, Jeff. Yeah. Ever since you proposed it, now it's not going to leave my head. One thing that might leave my head, it might not. Who knows? I just found this out via Partham prior to the show. TNA signs deal with AMC. They got a Thursday slot on live TV now, Partham. Is this live or is this just their new station?
It'll be on and off. It'll be on and off live. Like they might go live for the first show for sure, and then tape a few, maybe 1 or 2 weeks after. It may be like the old Raws where they alternate live and taped and live and taped, or maybe they'll have one live show and then tape a couple shows for the next couple weeks.
Okay,
but it looks like they're going to try to go live more often.
That's a great call. Don't put too much pressure on the company, on the roster, or whatever. Just get it done. I love it. I love it.
Agreed. Good for the company. I will say, do you guys think the issue I think most people have had since TNA is kind of merger, acquisition, partnership, whatever you want to call it with WWE, is this going to become a 4th weekly WWE program-ish? in any capacity. I think like even if it's close to half NXT guys that are showing up on this program.
Well, I mean, it already is. It's just going to be on a different platform, on a bigger platform.
So yes.
If you didn't see the news,
integration
Joe
might
Henry's
need to be had because this is a problem to me because not only are TNA and NXT doing this, I turn on NXT Gold Rush and they got the Evolve Championship up for grabs. I know LFG's been on there too. What is up with these developmental programs for a developmental program? And why are they all
double
on
A
the
and
same
single A ball coming
program?
onto triple A? I don't know.
Too many dev programs, Partham. That's just all
yeah.
I'm saying. If you get rid of the rest and you keep TNA and NXT a bit separate with the occasional crossover, I think it would make for more entertainment for the fans side of things. That's just my 2 cents. 2 cents that was given to Samoa Joe from Eddie Kingston, of all people. He's back. He wants a title shot. Screw Hangman. Screw Swerve that just came in back to defend him again. Eddie wants front of the line. Is he going to get it? I think basically the consensus already is yes. I think did they announce this already?
No, they announced it for Winter is Coming. Yeah, and that's why they're having this face-to-face tonight.
So face-to-face, yeah, here, let's pull this up. I might as well get rid of this. Let's just preview what's on tap for AEW Dynamite tonight since Partham mentioned the face-to-face. So we got this live face-to-face ahead of Winter is Coming title fight. Early predictions, guys. I mean, like, I think it says it all that they're doing it on a weekly show, but
the writing's on the wall here. We got to get someone to fill in the gaps. We can't give Swerve or Hangman a loss real quick again. Like Samoa Joe just started this reign. Eddie Kingston is absolutely a fan favorite. You could throw him right into the main event picture, and people aren't going to complain too much, and they're going to be rooting for him versus Samoa Joe. Perfect way for Samoa Joe to start his reign and kind of get some more crowd heat, in my opinion, Parthy.
Well, a couple of rumors that I've seen say pay attention to the old Eddie Kingston and CM Punk promo face-off because there could be a similar dynamic here because you think of Punk and Joe or a couple of Ring of Honor originals going way back when Eddie Kingston was on the Indies. Eddie might have a few things to say to Joe because he certainly had things to say to Punk. He had things to say to Bryan Danielson when they were feuding. Maybe Samoa Joe
this guy's
him off in a way that was very dismissive, and Eddie's had him out for him since, and now he gets to say his piece to him face-to-face before they go one-on-one.
This guy's always got something to say. And I will say, based on that, this face-to-face is going to be absolutely awesome tonight because these guys are both awesome on the mic and both very good at blurring the lines when it comes to like professional wrestling and professional fighting. I'm not opposed to this little stint right here just to give Joe some little filler at the beginning of this title run. Like you said, or someone might have mentioned, I think maybe it was Maniac, like you could even see some interference here tonight. Like Hangman comes back into this picture, maybe swerves by his side, and this whole match just gets completely botched by. But I
could see Hook getting involved because Hook just left Eddie's side. Right. Eddie didn't have much to say to Hook. He only addressed Samoa Joe.
Hook with that double turn was kind of crazy at Full Gear, or was that Full Gear? Yes.
Yeah, it's Full Gear.
Yeah, he had everyone confused. Speaking of confused, let's jump into some train wreck trivia.
Batavia Downs is more, lots more.
Brought to you by our friends at Batavia Downs, the region's premier entertainment closing out the year strong. Make sure you get to Batavia where it's all happening. Win more, lots more. Okay, I got two real quick. Speaking of Samoa Joe, on this day, stand by. Never mind. Forget that. On this day, 2013, Impact TV taping. This man won the TNA World Championship from Jeff Hardy in a Dixieland match.
Oh, I saw this earlier today. I can't.
Wait. Was it Sting?
Nope.
I guess that
still kind of active.
Still on WWE TV every week.
Oh
no, I thought he was on AEW TV.
No.
Wait, so you know who it is?
I thought I did. I thought it was Jeff. I thought it was Jeff Jarrett.
No.
Oh shit!
Jeff Jarrett's not
okay.
even on AEW TV anymore.
He's
Well,
on
he
WWE.
does
This
the
guy's on
pre-shows.
WWE TV for sure.
Oh man, okay.
It's not Kurt Angle. He's retired. It's not
Oh,
Scott Steiner. He's
I
retired.
do know who it is. It's Nick Aldis.
Yeah, it's Nick Aldis.
Wow.
First British-born wrestler to win a major North American title. Shout out Nick Aldis on
Really?
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that
absolutely insane.
Wade Barrett must be
By
gritting
the
his teeth
way,
over
while
that.
we're on the topic, what the hell is a Dixieland match?
No clue.
Is it basically
Obviously
a no holds barred
Carter, but
rules match with a different name again?
It could be. I mean, it sounds like Aldis had something to do with that. I don't know if that's, or maybe it was the Willow days, and if it was TNA, I don't know.
I think that was pre-Willow.
Okay,
We'll see though.
fair
That
enough,
is Trainwreck Trivia brought to you by Batavia Downs. But yeah.
All right, so guys, tonight on Dynamite, one more thing I'm looking forward to.
Yeah,
or at least
some more
I think
stuff.
I'm looking
Sorry,
forward
I
to.
just saw.
Pull up Mox versus Claudio if you can.
Yeah, we
There's a
got
separate
these.
banner for that.
This four is pretty
What?
solid lineup.
Mox versus
Wow.
Claudio in the Continental Classic.
Continental
Now,
Classic matchup.
after John Moxley has been like surrendering or tapping out to the last couple matches he's been in, we've been seeing, I think, in one or two vignettes backstage, the Death Riders are not so enthusiastic about Mox. They're not like giving him like really bad facial expressions or death stares, but they're kind of not as how do I describe it? Not as enthusiastic about following Mox's lead as maybe before. But I don't know if it should come to a head tonight. Even it's a Continental Classic match, so we shouldn't expect any shenanigans during the match. But after the match, especially if Claudio goes over on Mox, I want to see all the Death Riders come out and, it's all shaking hands and yeah, it's all in spirit of competition and whatnot. And then Claudio gives him an uppercut and Mox, is on the floor with a shocked face. And then out comes the plastic bag and all their shenanigans that they usually do. And Mox is kicked out of the group. Finally, let's do something with the Death Riders that we've been waiting for.
You think he's finally going to take a vacation?
He should. It should happen. He should take a vacation, but I don't know if they're going to pull that trigger tonight or just draw it out for another month.
Oh my God, Pac looks like a different human.
Dude, did you see Pac? Bro, I saw Pac on Collision the other night. I thought he was like Superman. He's huge. What's up with all these wrestlers?
First time Mox and Claudio are going head to head in AEW.
Yeah, I heard that. That's first time match.
So I'm trying to look back to the last time they fought in WWE. It looks like it's going to be the first time in over 10 years that these two have been in the ring together, which has got to be crazy. Some kind of like modern like TV record or something, like for TV for sure, to be in back in the ring after 10 years. In 2014, they had a trick or street fight on the Halloween SmackDown.
Oh my God, that just shows you the discrepancy between.
I think Dean Ambrose put a jack-o'-lantern on Cesaro's head and then hit the dirty deeds.
Oh my God, that's actually a crazy awesome ending.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet from those who follow wrestling and AEW, Will Washington, saying this matchup will one day main event an AEW pay-per-view.
Wow.
What, Kyle Fletcher and Kevin Knight?
Yes.
Kyle Fletcher's on his way. Kevin Knight is kind of...
Kevin Knight kind of just arrived. He's shown some real good promise, some really exciting matches. I think if a guy involved in the company is saying that, the real sickos should watch out. This should be a really good wrestling match. Let's see. I think that is about it for what we got.
Are we getting the tag match with Tony and Mina versus
Yeah, I did show that. It was Tony and Mina versus Megan Bain and Marina Shafir.
Blood in their weapons.
Yeah, that'll be a semi-final match for the AEW Women's Tag Team Show. Did you say there was a stipulation there, Partham?
Yeah, because they won the right to choose a stipulation on
so
that
four-way match.
It's basically hard. It's a death match.
Oh, okay, awesome. For some reason, AEW tag women's death matches just have a history of hitting. I don't know what it is. And you involve Timeless Tony and Mina Shirakawa in that. I'll watch.
Indeed.
All right,
Super excited for tonight. By the way, should we touch on our main event topic or what?
Which main event topic is that? Because I actually wanted to go back to WWE and touch on the John Cena tournament.
That's what I was going to say. The last time is now, the title of the episode.
Let's do it.
I can't see this being Gunther or LA Knight. I'm sorry. It's not poetic enough. Gunther has been way too neutered this year. LA Knight is like on an upward trajectory, and a win versus Cena wouldn't really do anything for him, and a loss versus Cena wouldn't really do anything good for him. So like, I don't see like what the hell would be the purpose in that. I just think we got to be on our way to some shenanigans. I'm sorry.
Well, I think John Cena as far would agree with you. He says Gunther doesn't need the rub. But after, what was it?
John
Gunther
Cena's
retire
dad,
somebody else?
though, is
Gunther
also
retired Goldberg, so he can say he's like the new legend killer or the legend retirer or something.
John Cena's dad, though, has been known to keep kayfabe quite a bit. I want to agree with Maniacs so bad. I just really think the only way that they're going to make this memorable is if LA Knight goes over clean over Gunther here and has like the best match ever with John Cena, or if Gunther has or Cena or Gunther, one of the two. I proposed earlier Cena has Gunther in the STF, and then you hear break the walls down. That's the only way. That's the only way I could see that ending on like a crazy note, is something like that costing Cena to have Gunther go over. That's the only way I'd be entertained, because if Gunther just goes straight up, like Zach said, he's been neutered all year. If he wins by rear naked choke, basically Jey Uso retired John Cena because he tapped out Gunther with the exact same move quickly, mind you. So
show is gonna end, or show's gonna begin. Who, LA Knight or Gunther, is gonna be laid out in a pile. WWE officials swarming. Who did this? Who ruined John Cena's last night? We have a whole conundrum. Middle of the show, they decide, John Cena goes, you know what? I'm going to do it like I've lived my career. The champ is here, and if you want some, come get some. I'll be in that ring. Goes out to the ring. Bye. Well, I guess nobody's coming out. Just as he's getting ready to leave the ring, it does like a sign off, does even like all the theatrics, like thanks, like the ring announcer, everything. You think you know him. And that's it. I'm sorry, Parthy. It's too obvious. Where did he go? You think he just took off from AEW TV for no reason?
Wait, is that at the so is that at the Saturday Night Main Event, or is that at the show where LA Knight and Gunther takes place?
No. Saturday Night Main Event. So LA Knight Gunther has a winner, and then that Saturday Night Main Event starts.
Oh, okay. You're saying the winner, whoever the winner it may be, is laid out. Okay.
Yes. Triple H is all about that. Triple H is all about that storyline.
So you promote one match and then deliver another, which is not realistic.
Oh, it's almost like having Cena be heel all summer and then turning him face a night before SummerSlam.
That's doable. This is not.
It sounds like
WWE right now is purely based on moments. It's purely based on viral moments. There's no long-term storytelling where you have like cumulative pyro going off and like, Avengers style. It's all moments. It's all just one-off moments. And Edge coming out to face John Cena is going to be a moment.
I'm sure they'd want that, but it's not feasible. He's still tied to AEW, as is Chris Jericho, at least until the end of the calendar year. So we can fantasy book all
Tony
you want.
Tony knows what's best for the industry. He nixed that deal. I guarantee you.
Come on, guys.
You gotta take that fantasy booking shit somewhere.
Give it to me. Give me what I want. You may not like it, but accept it.
Not gonna get it.
So the thing is, you just don't know. These deals, like Maniac said, can be nixed at any given point in time.
Tony Khan, I hate to say it,
for WWE's benefit. Come on.
If he says come back and I'll come right back and take a pay cut.
Exactly.
It's delusional. Delusional.
You're cut off.
I know that TKO and WWE thinks prioritizing a superstar and what they want is delusional. I know that for sure. Tony Khan probably doesn't feel the same way.
Right. So it's not going to happen.
Well, we shall see. Any final thoughts, gentlemen? I do want to say I was ripping on Pepsi Phil a lot this episode. I do want to give my condolences to him, AJ Lee, whoever may be involved in their life. With the passing of the legendary Larry, the little pup. Always sad to lose a pet, lose a family member, lose a furry friend. So I hope they're staying strong despite the loss.
Rest in
Someone
power,
pointed out
Larry.
he did get to see them come back and wrestle. He was backstage at a bunch of events.
I mean, dude, Larry had he had
life.
like the
He had a charmed
media,
life.
he had the media tour of a lifetime when Punk came back to AEW and then WWE, because Punk was just taking him everywhere with him. Larry was literally getting pops from the crowd between Dynamite and Collision setup. Like
He had
I
chance.
kid
He
you
had
not.
merchandise.
He had
What more do
merch.
you want?
He had very high selling merch. So Larry, rest in power. You will be immortalized forever in WWE and their merchandise, and as well as other things. Any final shout outs, sign offs, boys, before we go? It's Wednesday, and you know what that means.
Takeshita is the best wrestler on the planet. That's all.
Hot take.
You better have that 7-second delay when Eddie's on the mic.
All right. Well, with all that being said, we will tune out of here. The Sabres are going to be puck dropping soon, and then AEW Dynamite following right after that. Shout out to everyone tuning in along with us tonight, Wednesday, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, and Instagram for the show, where it is not wrestling with your conscience. It is not wrestling with your budget. This has been Wrestling with Emotion.
Bitch.